Welcome. In this video we will discuss top 10 best places to live in South Dakota. With Rapid City, Custer State Park and Wild Cave National Park all on your doorstep, we need not write out a list of reasons to fall in love with South Dakota. This sparsely populated state can be found deep in the Midwest, nestled between its northern sister, Nebraska, Wyoming and Minnesota too. Lest we forgot that the northwestern edge of South Dakota shares a border with Montana and the very southeastern corner brushes shoulders with Iowa. Neighboring in geography and by nature, wherever you choose to lay your hat in South Dakota you can be sure you will be welcomed with open arms. With a great many neighborhoods and communities able to boast outstanding schools, low crime rates, and reasonably priced homes, there are so many options available in the state. Nature lovers and weekend explorers would easily fall in love with South Dakota. The Black Hills provide the perfect backdrop for day-to-day life. The weather in South Dakota is more than agreeable for most of the year, which is a major plus point for many people. Steeped in Native America history, you'll feel right at home, we're sure. Number 10. Hot Springs. Although commonly known as Veterans Town, Hot Springs has a diverse population of 3,542 people. House prices here are almost insanely low, averaging at just $85,400, with median rent at $589. You would kick yourself for not looking at Hot Springs as a place to live in South Dakota. Being Veterans Town, there are not that many children living in the area. Only about 17% of the population are children, making for fewer schooling options. That said, schools available in Hot Springs are still above average. Just don't go expecting an inner-city high-flying school in this small, cozy city. Of course, Evans Plunge Mineral Springs are a big draw to the area. The novelty never wears off. The low crime rates are another big bonus point for Hot Springs, perhaps due to the aging population but mostly down to the tight-knit Midwest community feel. Number 9. Aberdeen. Aberdeen does have an airport, though be it far less useful than Madison's, for it only offers flights to Minneapolis. Nevertheless, good public schools and a wonderful array of nightlife activities make Aberdeen a solid all-rounder. If you want something of a project, then there are lots of houses in need of doing up in Aberdeen. As such, the value of the houses as they stand now can be pretty low. It has been known that a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom single-family home to be sold for just $89,000. Aberdeen may just be scraping into our top 10 now, but being a popular spot for millennial means that we could see the city climbing up the ranks in the years to come. Number 8. Vermilion. Transected by Highway 50 is Vermilion, with 10,746 people living in the town. There is lots going on here. Housing and jobs are both in high demand, but if you feel Vermilion is a place for you, you will make it work. The crime levels are fanatically low, and with a diverse community, there is lots to love about this area. Being right next to Highway 50 means that Vermilion is favorable with computers. Head west on Highway 50 to get onto Route 29, which leads you up to Sioux Falls, down to Sioux City and eventually Kansas. There is a big student population here, making for a great nightlife scene enjoyed by all residents. Number 7. T. Possibly the cutest place name in South Dakota, T is home to just 4,427 people, very much with a suburban feel. T is far from a diverse neighborhood. In spite of this, T is considered to be the best place for millennial in South Dakota. Crime rates here are acceptably low, with a reasonable amount of job opportunities too. Sadly, it is the schools that really let the side down in T, making it more suitable for couples without children, empty nesters, and retirees. The community atmosphere is very much prevalent, and these true Midwesterners would be happy to see some new faces in the area. Being one of the safest places to live in the state, we can't help but think that T will feature higher up the rankings in years to come. Number 6. Pierre. Focusing on the positives first off, Home value and median rent in Pierre is greatly affordable. Many homes have views of the Missouri River. Pierre is, in fact, the capital of South Dakota, home to just under 14,000 people. The downside to Pierre is the lack of A-rated public schools. This would be a deciding factor for many parents. On the other hand, however, the schools here are still performing well above average. All of the top 5 schools have a solid B rating. Locals say that the proximity to the river for camping, fishing and boating are one of the many reasons they like living in Pierre. Number 5. Madison. Finishing up our top 5 best places to live in South Dakota is Madison. For those whose work takes them across the country, Madison is a great place to make a home and base yourself. Madison Airport connects you to 17 cities across the states, daily, including Chicago, Boston, New York City, Seattle and Washington, D.C. Median rent here is fantastically low, at just $472 a month. What is more, median home values are just $103,000. You will not be surprised to hear that Madison is the best place to buy a home in South Dakota. Couple this new knowledge with the fact that the cost of living is highly desirable too, and you've got yourself the dream combination. Number 4. Brandon. Just south of Highway Route 90 lies the medium-sized suburb of Brandon, with just under 10,000 people living there. The area has the perfect mix of town amenities but with a village community feel. This small but perfectly formed suburb is considered to be the best place to raise a family in South Dakota. With the second best public schools in the state, great access to outdoor activities and commuting opportunities for parents, the appeal to Brandon keeps on coming. 73% of residents live in owned homes, which goes a long way in understanding the happiness of residents. Local people really do wish to lay their roots here and stick it out for the long haul, with median home values at $177,300. Living in Brandon is something to think about. Number 3. Sioux Falls. Although the city itself feels much built up, arguably Sioux Falls is one of the most picture-perfect places to live in South Dakota. Home to 164,000 people, this is one of the most densely populated parts of the state, which is no bad thing. Sioux Falls is one of the best cities to buy a house in all of the United States of America, with median home value coming in at $157,800. It is not hard to see why. Unbelievably, $129,500 can get you a 4-bedroom family home, complete with spacious garden and driveway. Of the top 5 public schools in Sioux Falls, all 5 have an E rating, significantly above average and consistently high performing. Number 2. Dakota Dunes. If you are looking to buy property in South Dakota, then Dakota Dunes should feature high on your list of options. Although median home value is $266,400, it is value for money we should be focusing on. For example, $129,950 will get you a 3-bedroom family home with 2 bathrooms. Home prices are always set to rise, so snap up your next home in Dakota Dunes while the price is right. There are lots of family-run local stores dotted around, providing you with everything from light bulbs to the weekly grocery shop. It always feels good to be able to support your local community and the economy too. Residents note that the low crime levels are a key factor in their happiness here. However, public transport in, out and around Dakota Dunes is almost non-existent. For a small suburb of just 2,895 people, Dakota Dunes has a lot going for it. Number 1. Brookings. Out and out the best place to live in South Dakota is Brookings. Not only is it the best place to live in the state, but also proudly offers the best public schools too. In turn, unsurprisingly, Brookings has been rated as the second best place to raise a family in the state. Enough with the rankings. What makes Brookings so special? Local people say that it is the small town feel, teamed with the large variety of student bars providing animated nightlife that make Brookings feel like home. With a strong student population, There is always something going on. Median home value and median rent both come in well below the national average, making this neighborhood all the more appealing. For those looking to save to get on the property ladder, then Brookings may be a good starting point. Median rent is $664 a month, with median home value at $159,400. Saving for a deposit is far from aspirational. Safe, clean and homely are the words that spring to mind when we think of Brookings.